Hey YouTube, it's Catalova. If you want more MotoAmerica content, check out the new and vastly improved MotoAmerica Live Plus app. It's the only place you can catch all the race action in one place all season long. Click the link in the description below.
All line up. Our pole sitter Alessandro Di Mario with Rocco Landers right alongside him and Gus Rodeo rounding out the front row.
Yesterday's winner, Dominic Doyle, 4th, Rossi Moore there, 5th, and Sean Unbarski.
Yeah, Sean was able to finish 5th, see if he can get up onto the podium. There's Avery Dreyer, who we just saw out in Junior Cup, and now he's in BellissiMoto Twins Cup this season. Jack Roach and Michaela Moore will actually be out there today. She did not take the start yesterday after an injury in qualifying, but she is back out and feeling fit today.
Yeah, and Kevin Almeida back this weekend. Not sure if he's able to, he had to miss yesterday's race, but maybe be able to get out there today.
Got Jeff Bean, Eddie Neubauer, and Bryce DeBoer on row number 5. Joseph Bittner, James Monson, who we saw with that incident yesterday in race number 1 down there in row 6.
Eddie Kay, Drew Vendel, and Brett Donahue there.
Got Graham Williams, Sonia Lloyd is back out coming from the BTR program, and then Sean Morris.
Brad Foss, Rodney Vest, Jeffrey Pert.
A full field of competitors here ready. Lights are out, it's time to go racing. Here for the BellissiMoto Twins Cup race number 2, Rocco Landers with a huge start.
Yeah, great start by Rocco, but you can see, I believe it's Gus or Alessandro in his draft trying to make the move down into turn 1, and it's Alessandro Di Mario able to make the pass back by Rocco.
Getting that clear track, and Rocco's right there on the back wheel of Alessandro Di Mario. He knew it was going to be all about being able to get ahead of the field and then build up a gap. You don't want to be back there in the thick of that battle.
And it's going to be interesting to see what Rocco does coming down into turn 5 here, if he tries to be really aggressive with Alessandro, knowing the pace that he has. It just doesn't look like in the draft he's able to close it down.
Gus Rodeo able to use that draft to get around Rocco Landers. For Gus, it's a new engine in that bike. They had the issues yesterday. He went out in the morning warm-up and led morning warm-up, so they were able to fix the problems that they had. But it's been a long weekend of work for everyone over at Rodeo Racing.
Yeah, and a great job by that team to get him back out there today after the issues they've had this weekend. And for Gus here, right behind his teammate, see what he can do.
That was a big moment for Rocco as he got up over the curb. Did you see that just a turn ago?
Yeah, you just see how Rocco's working to try to stay with these top 2 guys. Dominic Doyle and Rossi Moore also there. 4th and 5th, those 2 have been going back and forth with trading spots.
Just on the first lap, Alessandro Di Mario, it's what he's been able to do so well throughout the season, is just find that pace early and then control the race himself. As we go back through this front pack of riders, you see that number 78 bike. It's the 3rd bike out of the Rodeo Racing powered by Robum Engineering stable, and that is Michaela Moore, the defending champion from the Royal Enfield Build Train race category. And for her, she already won one race today. She was able to win the BTR race earlier on this afternoon, but this is a big weekend for her. She was asked to come up and do this race in Twins Cup, and go back up front now as Michaela continues to fight to stay inside of the top 10, and it's all about Alessandro Di Mario with Gus Rodeo right there and Rocco Landers still sitting in 3rd.
Yeah, Alessandro Di Mario looks like he's already put out almost about a second this lap. We'll see what his first lap time is. Gus there's right behind him. See Rocco Landers really trying to get in that draft as Gus.
At the end of the first lap.
But it looks like Gus and Rocco's kind of closed it down a little bit in that first sector, and Gus goes down.
Gus able to get back up and run over to the bike, see if he can get back out there.
We see a replay of Gus, the 2nd rider, on your screen, hard on the brakes. You can see how much time he's closing up on Alessandro. Trail braking really long down into turn 5. We didn't see the beginning of the crash. I'm sure he just lost the front end.
As you see Dominic Doyle there sitting in 3rd at the moment. And when you saw that graphic up there, Roger, he's 16 points out of the championship lead right now. Go back to Barber, and we talked about how his result there hurt him. He was disqualified after the race and lost the 10 points that he was able to gain.
Yeah, you see Rossi Moore there make that pass into the chicane on Dominic, but you're right, losing those points is big. But you know, all he can do is come here this weekend and get that win yesterday like he did, and be in this podium battle today and try to collect as many points as possible. It's definitely a big hurt, but you just got to move on. And you see Dominic able to make that pass back.
As he comes up over the hill, he's going to take the white flag. This will be the final lap of this race, and now you see what that gap is. The Rocco Lander's been able to close it down to 1.2 seconds. If you remember the lap before, it was 2.1 seconds. So Rocco Lander's continuing to get quicker, and he just does the best lap of the race, a 2:24.2 for Rocco Lander. So he's right there, but 1 lap to go.
Yeah, he's right there, and he's got to do another lap like that. He was 0.8 quicker than Alessandro Di Mario, and you know, Rocco, he's still pushing, he's still trying. He's going to need another lap just like that one. But what an impressive lap by Rocco this late into the race to do the best lap.
At the end of this race, these two, I bet, are going to have a nice conversation just about how they were respectfully able to ride with one another and continue to trade that position. One of them's going to end up on the podium.
Looked like Rossi was trying to make the pass there into 5. He's able to make it, but is it going to be able to stick?
Got 2 groups of 2 in the last lap here. The question for Rocco Landers, though, Roger, the gap is coming down all the time. Catching is one thing, passing is another. Can he do it?
Yeah, it'll be difficult, but if anybody, Rocco's got his head down, and you can see as Rossi Moore also has his head down, kind of in the same position there with Dominic Doyle trying to pull out as much as he possibly can to break that draft from Dominic.
Through the first 2 sectors of the battle up front, Rocco Landers has been able to be 5/10 of a second faster, and he's right there with Alessandro Di Mario. I'm not sure Alessandro knew he was that close, as Rocco Landers able to make the pass for the lead on the final lap of the race. Isn't going to be enough. Does he have enough speed left in it to hold on to it?
Yeah, and Rocco talked about they struggling with speed and getting off the corners, and that you could see there the Aprilia was able to get a really good run, but Rocco has closed the gap and now leading with 3 corners to go.
Talk about the draft coming up to the final stage of this lap. Roger, do you want to be first or you want to be second?
I think for Alessandro, he would like to be where he's at, and Rocco where he wants to be, to see if he can pull enough of a gap to get the lead, and we'll see. Rocco has did a great last sector, has a few bike links headed up the hill.
Rocco with his head down, Alessandro Di Mario right there on his rear tire. It's going to come down to the line, and Rocco Landers able on the last lap to make that pass and get around to take the checkered flag. As you see, the number 92 Rossi Moore coming across to finish in 3rd. We are back here on MotoAmerica Live Plus as the hardware has been handed out. You see that big smile on the face of Rocco Landers. This is a race that he'll certainly get to celebrate and remember for the next couple of days. So here are the results from today. Rocco Landers, Alessandro Di Mario, Rossi Moore, your podium finishers. Avery Dreyer, it was a great race for him.